What's up, guys? How are you? This is your girl Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. And I am in deep thought today. Actually, I'm going to tag a few people. Let me do that. Let me tag some people right now so that I can make sure that these people also see this video. Let me go ahead and tag some of them right now. I usually do my tags earlier, but I did them a little late this time, which is okay. So let me go ahead and tag some people right now and make sure that they also see this. This is going to be a good one today, guys. I don't see the people that I'm trying to tag, guys. So I want you all to just listen to me good. I'm going to be talking today about purpose. Purpose is something that I realize we're all looking for, but no one really knows how to go about accomplishing it or actually doing the things that are needed in order to find it. So I'm going to tell you all a little story about me. And I want you all to just kind of listen, okay? So I'm going to talk to you all about purpose. And there's not a day that goes by that I do not thank God for kind of knowing what my purpose is. And I want to talk to you all who are really trying to find it. I am talking to people constantly about what it is that they do in their business. Is it working? Is it not working? What actually is going on here? And I can tell you that I now realize, and this is through my own educational programs that I've been to. I've actually taken classes on things that help you as well as be able to help others discover their purpose. And what I want to say to you all first is that if your business, whatever it may be, is not connected to your purpose, then you are going to find yourself running your business and being absolutely miserable at doing it. I'm going to give you all a little story, and there's actually a way. There is a system that I learned, and I want to be able to teach you all how to discover your purpose. And it's going to take us some, digging back into what it is that where we came from and what we're doing. But let me give you a story about me. When I was a little girl, I lived in the hood, like a lot of us. And let me tell you how I realized what my purpose was. I followed this program, but this is to give you some backstory. When I was about 6 years old, I always hated the way my mother combed my hair. I hated it because my mother could not comb hair. She was terrible. So I had the kind of mother that'll put a ponytail right here, and then this one was crooked. The parts wasn't straight. So at 6 years old, I started doing my own hair. She would get mad, but I'd go to school and I'd come back with a whole nother hairstyle because I changed it. So after she kind of observed for a while that, okay, she actually does it better than I do. That's one less thing I got to do. She let me do it every day. Now I'm about 7 years old. Something I also did in this same cycle of being a kid. I used to get every chair in the house. I mean, every chair. Any chair that I can carry, that I could move. I would put it all in this one place, whether it was upstairs or downstairs. I would put it all in this one place. I would go down the street. I had a little store, a little hood store in the neighborhood. I'd go down the street, and they always were throwing away boxes. So, and that was back in the days where even a 7-year-old kid could literally walk to the store with no fear of anything and come back, okay? So that's a whole different time era that I'm talking about. Nowadays, 7-year-olds can't walk to the store. I don't care if you can see the store from your house, they can't walk. So I would walk to the store, and I knew around the time they would cut the box, break the boxes down, and put them in the back. So I would always go to them, and I would ask them, could I have some of the boxes? So they would give me boxes. Now, mind you, the boxes were bigger than me half the time, so I would try to trail them home. But this is what I was doing, guys. I didn't know it until I got older and went through a program that helped me realize that I had actually been working in my purpose my whole life and didn't know it. So I would get the boxes, bring them home. I would, put them together, get some tape out the house, tape them up so they be square, and I would sit them in the house or wherever I could sit them in the basement, just like desk. I would send them just like desk, sit them up just like desk, and I would get every chair in the house, and I would actually put chairs behind it, and I think I would have like 5 or 6 desks. I even had the little table and chair set, so I would set that up as well. Then, back when I was even maybe about 4 or 5, I could not stand dolls that had raggedy hair. And if any of you all are old as I am, I'm 50, I'll be 51 in a month. Dowls back then, black Dowls had terrible hair. So I always wanted the white Dowls. Now, I wasn't racist, but back then, black Dowls weren't cute either. They were actually very unattractive. They've gotten better. And they had terrible hair. The hair was always matted. And it showed, now that I think back, I realize how stereotypical it was about seeing blacks one way, because they were really dark. They had crazy hair that you couldn't even get a comb through. And this is something that I would cry. If they bought me this Dowl, I would cry. So they bought me white Dowls because they had better hair. So it wasn't about the Dowl. It was about, I would do their hair, and I mean hook their hair up. You hear me? I'm talking hook them up. I would use straight pins that had the balls on the end for earrings. I would put makeup on them. I'd go in my mother's makeup, which drove her nuts. But I go into her makeup. I'll put scarves around their necks for, you know, a little bit extra accessory. And I would sit every single one of those Dowls in those chairs, behind those boxes. And I would go to whatever school I went to. I went to private schools most of my young life. I was at a private school, and at the end of the year, I would ask them, do you want those workbooks? They'd be throwing away books because they get new ones. And so the teachers had given me like workbooks. I'm still actually fanatic about workbooks still today. I love workbooks still today. And I would sit these workbooks in front of these Dowls on these boxes, and I would stand at the front of the room, and I would do exactly what I'm doing today. That was at 7, 8, 9, 10. I was the only child, so I had no problem actually being able to you know, amuse myself. I would literally stand in front of that class, and I don't know what I was teaching y'all because the books wasn't even the same. It was different workbooks because they didn't always have enough, like in a set, and I would teach something. And I did that at 7 years old, all the way up until I was probably 13. This is what I did. And so I look back at that now, and this is one of the key factors. Now, there is a whole system to finding out what it is that you're actually going to be able to accomplish. There's a whole system on finding your purpose, a whole system. But what I discovered is your true purpose was revealed to you in your childhood. You just didn't know it. So there is going to have to be some soul searching, some things that we actually do to help design our purpose. And as I coach not only the beauty industry, but I also find myself coaching other people, whether they have a restaurant business or a gym. I even have a caterer now that is, you know, wants to do the food thing. What I'm finding is they are not really doing what's connected to their purpose. And this is why, I'm talking about people that's making money, but they are not fulfilled. They're not happy. And now let me put it this way. If you're making money and you ain't happy, imagine being in a profession or owning a business where you ain't making no money. You really are sad. And that I see a lot of. I see a lot of people that have started a business. I can sing. People don't really know that I can sing, but that wasn't my purpose. So even though back when I was singing a lot, people would tell me I need to go further in that and do this and do that, I'm not going to do that because I knew that that was not my purpose. And I think a lot of us have fallen into opening businesses based off of the next going thing, and we don't realize that it's not our purpose. So I want to actually give you a challenge today. And if anybody, I'm going to do this for free. So if you all want to call me, what I want you to do is hit me up on my email. Go in knowledgebynikki.com, hit up in my email that you actually want to learn this program that will help you define your purpose. And I will be able to help you. I actually have to go. This is my husband putting on here. I have a delivery outside. But you all do that. Go on knowledgebynikki.com. And I would love to help you define your purpose and see if you're in the right business at all. So do that. And I'm going to come back a little later. And I'm going to talk a little more about this. I have a delivery outside. So you all stay tuned. Give me a couple hours. I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish this up. All right? Later, Gator.